Okay, last time I tried to record this, my phone decided to tell me it was out of storage, so I deleted Uma Musume from my phone. Hadn't opened it in a couple weeks, although I kind of miss it already. Okay, it's currently the evening of January 12th, 2026, and I impulsively decided today that I would start doing a video diary every week. I would try to record it between Friday and Monday night, so that I have a week to recap. And I decided to do this because I deleted Instagram at the beginning of this year on January 1st, and I've noticed that there are two things about it that I miss. Really only two things, because Instagram was sapping my inspiration and motivation to do anything creative or any side projects. And the only two things I've missed from Instagram have been the archive feature, being able to look back and see what I was doing a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, and being able to yap on my stories. I've tried journaling, like handwriting stuff, and I've tried typing on my phone and my computer. Unfortunately, my hands and my fingers don't move as fast as my brain does, but my voice does. My voice keeps up with my mind. And so it's a lot easier and it's a lot more effective for me to verbally process things than writing or typing, because talking it through makes it feel more real and gives me a line of thought, and it feels more effective in getting my thoughts out rather than just handwriting it, for me personally. So that said, wanted to make the video diary to archive what I was doing in 2026, because I'm not archiving it on Instagram, and to yap. So I considered doing this in a vlog format. I've considered doing it in a vlog format for a while, even before I deleted Instagram, but vlogging is just more complicated. You have to remember to continuously video throughout your day, and it's also more editing, which I want to try to keep this as simple as possible when it comes to editing. And I didn't want to do this as a podcast because that seems too formal and more like I'm trying to get people to listen, and that's not necessarily what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do this more for myself. So if some random stranger on the internet finds this, hi, my name is Isabel. I'm 21 years old. I turned 22 this August. I am a full-time CPS caseworker in the state of Texas, and I am also a full-time graduate student pursuing a Master's of Science in Clinical Psychology. So not only did I kind of want to do this for myself, but also maybe kind of for future me, but like future generations or whoever might come across this, because I think it's 2026. It's a very interesting time in the history of the world, and I think it would be important to have more things like this to document what's been going on from a working person's perspective, from somebody who is not famous, from somebody who's not trying to push a product, you know? And so, yep, that's me. That's the perspective that I'm going to be documenting things from. Another very important thing about me that is, I guess, important to know, to learn from my perspective, is that I am a Christian. I was born and raised a Christian. My grandpa was a pastor. My dad was a pastor. I'm still active in my church as a student ministries leader. I'm in Bible study. Not that that really proves that I'm a Christian. It's more so your actions, but we don't have to get into the semantics right now. Point is, that's also part of my perspective, is that I am a Christian. But I try to take other people's perspectives. I try to help people out when I can. So I don't know where I'm going with this. I guess I can also use this to keep myself accountable too, in like side projects and, you know, reading my Bible and things like that, and to kind of document what my projects are, how they're going, stuff like that. But because I also want to document day-to-day life, I'll kind of talk about things that are happening in my day-to-day life in the past week and what I'm looking forward to. I can't really share anything about my job. I can't say that much, just because of the nature of my job being a CPS caseworker. I deal with a lot of sensitive subjects, and I deal with underage minors, so I can't say anything on that, which to some extent it does kind of suck to not be able to talk about that because like sometimes I need to complain about my cases and stuff like that, and the only people I can complain to are my coworkers or my therapist. But even with my therapist, I can't say the people's names, and it doesn't feel as effective as I want it to be. But anyway, I guess we can just start there in terms of what's been going on in my life. Today was the first day back for grad school. This is my second semester. My first class was canceled because my professor was sick, so my second class was with Dr. Curtis. He really liked his class last semester, and this class this semester is going to be similar to it, so that'll be nice. I have court tomorrow for my job. I have 2 court hearings, and I'm nervous for both of them because one of them is a really important court hearing, and the other one is with a judge I've never had before. So I really shouldn't be staying up this late to talk to my phone, but it's okay. I think it'll actually help me sleep. Another thing I forgot to mention, I am pretty involved in my local scene. Louder Together Fest, that's the music festival that our local venue did. The local venue for like the local scene, all the punk and metal and shoegaze, mostly shoegaze, grunge, local bands and stuff play at the green room, but the green room doesn't have a place of their own. They kind of float around, and so their contract for this last place ended, and the venue isn't going to renew it with green room, so it's okay. They're looking for a new place, so they haven't had a show since November of last year, which was the festival. So I'm excited to hopefully get more information on that, even though most of the information comes from Instagram. But my boyfriend Parker, you'll probably hear me talk about him a lot. We've been together for almost 2.5 years. He did create a Discord bot for me that I can link Instagram accounts to so I can get updates from them. And that's not me cheating my way out of Instagram. I guess that is something else that I missed about Instagram, is being able to get updates and information about local businesses and small businesses and stuff like that. So Parker created a Discord bot for me that's basically a webhook. So anytime the green room or their counterpart that's about 50 minutes away, Ollie's Skate Shop, they can, anytime they post, I get a notification if there's like a new show or something like that. So excited for that. I don't know, you'll mostly see me here in this corner of my room, probably wearing my granny pajamas, my grandma pajamas. I call them my grandma pajamas because I got them from my grandma. But you'll probably see me here in this corner of my room. Sometimes you might see me actually at my grandparents' house in the guest room because I have to travel for work sometimes, and sometimes my grandparents' house is halfway or at least closer to where I need to go, so I don't really know what else to say. I guess some of my interests, some of the things that you'll hear me talk about, obviously my local scene, physical media I'm getting more into. I actually have, it doesn't work. I tried to get it fixed, but my aunt's old Walkman Sport, it's dusty and it doesn't work. I tried to get it fixed by somebody connected to the green room in the local scene, but he was like, the problem is too advanced for him and he doesn't want to risk it and accidentally break it, because those things, the Walkman Sports, are pretty rare nowadays. But he did fix my other portable cassette player, so I haven't actually used this that much. I've used it maybe once, and it was before he fixed it, so everything was playing slightly too fast. But I do have, you can kind of see part of it, a fancy cassette deck that I got at our local thrift store, and it was a little bit too fast, but I managed to crack it open, slow it down, and it is a little bit still broken, like it'll stop on its own, and I kind of have to adjust the actual port for it and get it to actually play. So I'm mainly getting into cassettes, although my cousin Asher, you'll also hear me talk about Asher a lot because we do local scene stuff together. He did give me a crappy MP3 player that he got off like Amazon for $40, and it is pretty crappy and it feels very fragile, like it's plastic, but it has 128 gigs of data or storage in it. That's the amount that my phone has. Now dedicate all of the amount of storage that my phone has solely to music. So I don't have too much on there right now. I have 21 Pilots' entire discography, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, which Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, I am on a quest to get in cassette form. I think it's probably one of my top albums of all time. I've been getting into Smashing Pumpkins lately. I really enjoy them. Anyway, I have Melancholy and Infinite Sadness and Siamese Dream, and then I also have Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me and Wish by The Cure. I enjoy The Cure a lot too. But that's kind of getting into my interests and my tangents and stuff that I'll probably get into. Obviously, I have my degrees, English and psychology BAs. Yay or nay, I saw MCR this year, that was pretty cool. Or last year, actually, good grief. Spider-Punk, I don't remember when I made that poster, but it was a while ago. For his eyes, I used old eyeliner that I had. His spikes are duct tape. Skateboard that I never used. I kind of want to get into skateboarding, but I kind of don't want to. Evangelion print that I got from Fan Expo Dallas. Band posters. Maybe I'll do a room tour at some point, but not right now because my room is absolutely terrible. But anyway, really the only other thing is that I'd like to also log what I've been reading and what my side projects are to keep me accountable. Going through my Old Testament study. I'm not very far in. I've only read till Genesis chapter 3 when Cain killed Abel. And I'm kind of more reading it at whatever pace. Like when I realize I need to read my Bible, that's what I'm going to read. I probably should set more times to do that though. I haven't been reading The Book Thief. I've been trying to read The Book Thief for like the past 6 months. And the thing is that it is really good and it is really beautifully written, and it's one of the only books that I really enjoyed from like high school. I think I read it in high school. I don't know. I was homeschooled. I might talk about that later too. But I've been trying to reread it and it's just not hitting for me, and I don't know why. I'm a little bit more than halfway done with it. I feel the need to finish The Book Thief before I start anything else, and I have 3 books that I really, really want to read soon. Lady Joker by Kaoru Takamura, Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, and Tomorrow and Tomorrow Tomorrow by I don't remember who, but all books I want to read. Hopefully I can talk about how those books have been going in the future, again, to hold myself accountable. Yeah, I think that'll be it for this introductory video diary. Well, I've been playing through Ace Attorney, the original trilogy, and I have one more case to go before I finish it, and then I'm going to start investigations while I wait for the Apollo Justice cases to start this year, because 2026 is the year of Apollo Justice. Never played through, this is my first time playing through any of the Ace Attorney games, and so I want to play the Apollo Justice cases as they happen, because the first one happens in like April of 2026, so I'm going to play through that first case then, and I'll play the Edgeworth investigation games in between. But anyway, I need to go to bed. As you can see, I enjoy yapping. This week, I'm looking forward to having Saturday off. Usually I work Saturdays because of how certain things work in CPS. I want to keep my job duties as vague as possible, just because I don't want to get in trouble in case I accidentally say something I shouldn't have. But this will be my first Saturday in a while where I don't have to work. So, and prayers that I can, because I might have to deal with something in the evening, but more than likely I should be able to have off this Saturday, which will be amazing. My goal is to hopefully finally change the oil on my car, even if it's just me and not Asher helping me, or at the very least maybe clean my room. So, I don't know how to end these, but yep, next video diary coming soon. Yeah.